Chicago Bulls got another big win last night, an exciting win, probably the game of the year, definitely the play of the year by Coby White with that dunk on Wemby's head. And once again, just like every Bulls win this year, Bulls social media, Bulls Twitter, everything, it's like, man, these Bulls are fucking stupid. They should have lost this game. They need to keep their pick. What the hell are they doing? And then when I don't reciprocate those feelings, people come at me and they're like, oh, you're just cool mediocrity then. You never want anything to change. And it's not that at all, guys. It's far from that, actually. What it is I'm a 35-year-old man who's seen some shit. I'm a 35-year-old man who's been around the block. You know what I mean? I didn't meet my wife till I was 30 years old. So my 20s were full of doomed relationships. So I can spot a doomed relationship from a mile away. And the Bulls right now, they are in a toxic, doomed relationship with both Billy Donovan and AK. So as long as those two are in power, nothing's going to change. You know, nothing's going to change. It's one of those relationships where you know it's not going to work out. There's no happy ending here. There's no wedding ring. There's no championship ring. There's none of that. It's just... it's going to be a bad breakup. It's going to be a rock bottom bad breakup when it happens. And until it happens, we're just along for the ride. You know, this is one of them relationships. If you're like 25 and under, you probably don't understand this yet because you just haven't seen enough life, to be honest with you. But if you're around my age, you know, in between that 25, 35, 40 range, we've all had relationships like this where the good times are really good. The good times are real good. You know, the highs, you know, so one night you might go out to a concert. You might have a good time. You might go to the bar, toss a few drinks back, you go back to her place, and it's on and it's crazy and it's one of the best nights of your life. And that's kind of what last night was, you know, an exciting victory, a crazy victory over a team we shouldn't have beat, a team that's a lot better than us, a comeback from behind victory. The highs are real high. You know, if you watch that game and you didn't have fun watching that game, I don't think you like basketball, to be honest. So those highs are really high. You know, the fun nights with the girl, they're real high. And then the lows are really low. You know, you'll have those nights where you guys go out together and she thinks you're eyeballing a girl and then she disappears for, 10 minutes. And when she comes back, she got her keys in her hand and she keyed your truck. And you're like, what the fuck? And those lows, those Chicago Bulls, those are getting spanked by 20 against the Washington Wizards, you know? So the highs are high, the lows are low. You have a realization, 6 months, a year into a relationship, however long it takes. You have a realization where you're like, this relationship ain't going nowhere. I'm not gonna marry this girl. There's no way. She just fucking keyed my car. There's no way I'm gonna marry this girl. And similar to the Bulls, we know that Billy Donovan ain't gonna win a championship. We just saw this dude get smacked by the Wizards. We've seen him get smacked by bad teams at least 20 times in his coaching tenure, if not 50 times in his coaching tenure. We know he ain't getting us a championship ring. We know AK isn't getting us a championship ring with the way he builds rosters. We've seen the failed draft picks. We've seen the bad trades. We've seen it all from him. We know these guys aren't getting us that ring. But you know what? We're stuck in the relationship. When you're with that girl and you realize she ain't the one, a lot of people, if you're mature, that's the key to this. If you're a mature person, you will look and you'll be like, this is going nowhere. I'm just going to end it. I'm not going to waste my time. I don't know about you guys. When I was in my 20s, I wasn't that mature. I would be like, yeah, this isn't going anywhere. But those highs, those nights, those good nights, they're really fucking good. So I'm just gonna, what's the worst that could happen, right? That's kind of the attitude that you take. You're like, what's the worst that could happen? You enjoy the ride, man. You know it's gonna crash and burn eventually, but until that, you're gonna deal with the bad times. You're gonna enjoy the good times, and you're just gonna try to survive. And that's kind of what Bulls fans are at right now. Is we know these guys ain't winning us championships. We know there's gonna be rock bottoms, but there's going to be some fun nights. There's going to be some comeback from behind nights. There's going to be nights where Coby White looks like a future All-Star. There's going to be nights where Zach LaVine looks like the best two-guard in the NBA. There's going to be fun nights. Modest Buzelis, he's going to flash something every once in a while. There's going to be fun nights. We know it's going nowhere. We know we're in a doomed relationship, but you just gotta ride through it, man. So that's kind of why I don't get too high or too low on this team. I don't get mad. I don't bang on the table for tanking. I don't demand trades. I don't do any of that shit. I just enjoy the times, man. I just enjoy the ride. So that's my feeling on it. You guys let me know in the comments how you feel. Like I said, if you're like under 25, you're probably not going to understand this message. If you're a little bit older, a little more seasoned, you've seen a little bit more life, you might understand what I'm talking about.